Do you want to go vegan? Here are 4 different meals you can try that is very easy to make, ready in less than 2 hours. This is burger. It's meatless, and you have this lettuce wrap with this chickpea pasta, very delicious, and fried quinoa. This fried quinoa is so delicious. I think it's my best. And now let's get cooking. We'll start with the chickpea pasta. First, I'm going to add some water and have it come to boil. Adding some salt and some oil, preferably olive oil. On the other side of the stove, I'm going to prepare the quinoa. That way I'll kill 2 birds at once. I'm going to wash quinoa. I'm cooking 1.5 cup of quinoa. I'm adding about 2 cups or 3 cups of water. I don't want the quinoa to overcook. I want it to be a little bit strong. That's the best way to have it in fried. I added some salt and some oil. The oil will help it not to be clumsy. It's going to stay in one. And I washed it twice and then added it. There it is on the other side cooking. And the water have come to boil. Now I'm going to add the chickpea pasta by Banzer. I like this one better. There are also other pastas you can try, like the one of lentil. I think there's another one for edamame pasta, more like spaghetti. And this is edamame peas. I'm going to add it to the quinoa. This will like a very high protein. This quinoa, fried quinoa, has high protein content. And while they are on the stove boiling, I'm preparing the tomatoes, onions, and basil leaf. This will be for the pasta. I'm using half of the onions, so I kept the other half. I will use it for something else. And this is basil leaves. I'm going to wash it and bring it back. And this is some cherry tomatoes, and just washed it. And going to cut the onions in pieces like this, and then get the basils ready by pulling them out of the stalk, and still also chop it along, not so much though. And then I'm going to start removing the tomatoes from the sticks like so. I'm going to do that for all of the tomatoes because I need lots of it. And this is garlic. I'm using like 5 now. I'm trying to check as you're doing, don't forget to check what you're cooking to make sure it doesn't burn. The pasta still needs some time to cook. I just turned down the heat. And the other one, yes, it's still cooking, not ready yet. And then I'm going back to the garlic. I have to mash it down. It's recommended to mash down your garlic before you use them. It helps activate the active ingredients. That way it will function properly. I'm going to chop it down. So basically I'm just preparing the things for the pasta. And now pasta is ready. Soft now, and the water dried out. Turn down the heat, and I checked the other one, also ready. The water was dried out. Turn down the heat as well, and I transfer the pasta to a plate. That way I can use a pot to prepare the sauce for the pasta. And then the heat will be in the medium while I add some olive oil, and I'm going to add the veggies. So I added the onions and the garlic. I'm going to let it simmer a little bit while I add some paprika, some seasoned salt. This is a low sodium seasoned salt from Aldi. Some cayenne pepper, just a little bit of cayenne. Cayenne can be spicy. So I'm going to turn this and then add the boiled pasta. Then I'm going to stir. It gave it that red color from the paprika, and basically this was very good like this. But you can also add the tomato. The tomato is optional, and but the basil, yes, I recommend adding the basil leaf. It gave it this flavor and special taste to the pasta. To the pasta, excuse me. To the pasta, yes, and these are basil leaves, and add that, and then I'll add the tomatoes and stir it. And that's it. Basically, one of the lunch is ready. You can have this as lunch, you can have this as dinner, whichever one you like, but I prefer it as lunch because it's easier to carry out in a small plate, and then you're about your day. On the other side, I'm going to transfer the quinoa to a plate. See how the quinoa is in one, very fine. It's not clumping. It's just everything. It's separated. Not too soft, not too strong, just right. And I'm going to put the chicken pasta on the plate because I would like to use the pot. Yeah, so I'm not going to cover them fully. I'll let some air out. Let's keep it out. That way it doesn't get sour. Now I'm going to wash the pot, and then it's time to make the fried quinoa. This is what it will look like when I'm done. And in a clean pot, then I'm going to just start preparing the veggies for the fried quinoa. So the veggies I'll need is bell pepper. I just need half. The other half I kept it on one side. I'm going to use that later for another meal. So I'm chopping the red bell pepper in tiny pieces. And after chopping this, I'm going to chop the dill. No, not dill, that's chives. Excuse me. So I'm going to chop the chives like that, and that's getting that one ready. I also will bring out like frozen corn. So this one, it's avocado oil. I think I added too much, so I have to remove some to a plate. So I added the bell pepper, and this is the frozen corn, 1 cup. It's just fine. Then I'll add the seasoned salt, add some curry. This will give you the yellow color of the fried, and also gives you the good taste and aroma. And some cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is spicy, just be careful with it if you don't like spicy foods, but me, I don't mind. And now I'm adding the quinoa and stirring. This was so easy to make. Basically, if you're trying to make this fried quinoa, it's just going to be ready in less than 30 minutes. It's a very great dinner to just try on its own if you don't do a meal prep. But this is a meal prep, and got ready in 154. I started making this meal, both the pasta and the quinoa. I started at 111. You can check from the beginning of the video. And this I'm serving the quinoa. So basically I already made 2 meals in less than an hour, and the 2 meals are very delicious. So next one is this burger. So I got this veggie burger from Food Lion, very high in protein. I like to use it. I use it most of the time because it tastes really good. You will never know that it's not a natural burger. So that one, I added some oil along with the old oil that was left. That's some avocado oil. It was clumping together, so I have to use some knife to separate them like that. Oh, I think one of them broke. Yeah, the first one broke, but it's okay. Still wouldn't change the taste of the burger. So here I'm going to fry the burger on low heat in the oil. After about a minute or so, I had to add some garnishing for myself, like garlic and some black pepper. I didn't want to add salt because they already added their own spices too, but the garlic and the black pepper gave it like an extra boost of flavor. So I'm tossing them around so the oil can get to some parts of it, and then the golden brown burger makes very nice and delicious. If you try this, you won't miss your regular burger, believe me. Just add your favorite toppings and it's so good. Going vegan doesn't have to be boring. You can enjoy whatever you used to enjoy as a meat eater, but in the vegan variation. Yes, and this meal, like for the lunch and dinner, I think it didn't even cost up to $200. Maybe in one of my next video, I'm going to make another meal prep. I'm going to show you the amount I spent in shopping. I'll take you shopping along with me. That way you'll see how much I spent making a full 1 week meal. So I'm using this thin sliced bread. I like it. Has some good, you can use any bread you like, but this one is more thin. I think I recommend like a multi-grain. Check for the protein content as well. Make sure it's low, 0 cholesterol. That's how you check whatever bread you're going to use. Calories, I don't think it matters. What really matters is, does it have a lot of cholesterol? It should be 0. Does it have some protein? Look at all those things, and sodium as well. Don't also check if it has low sodium as well. So that's it. The burger is ready. It was so delicious. And the next one is the lettuce wrap. On the same pot that I used in frying the burger meat, which is not actual meat, I'm going to use it to prepare the veggies for the lettuce wrap. So the veggies is mainly this mushroom, the brown one. I like mushrooms a lot. I can't even say how many meals I cook with mushrooms. Mushroom companies, you guys have a customer here right here. So I prepared, cut the mushrooms, and then to cut some bell peppers. The half of the other bell pepper that I had from the fried quinoa, and half of the other onions I had from the chickpea pasta. That's what I'm using here for the lettuce wrap veggies. So this is canned black beans. This will be the protein for the lettuce wrap. And first I'll start by spicing out the mushroom with paprika, seasoned salt. I'm going to also add some garlic to this. Garlic is very good for your health. Always try it if you're not allergic. And then I also added some cayenne pepper. I like cayenne pepper as well because I like spicy food. So it's up to you. Do you like spicy or no? Then leave out the cayenne pepper. And there is the mushroom is ready. Look at the color, so yummy. And then I'm going to now add the other veggies like the bell pepper and the onions and the black beans. This, I think, apart from having this for the lettuce wrap, this will make a good side dish for a rice, for white rice, or maybe you can also try with like potatoes, and also even white quinoa. This, yeah, that would be a very good side dish for a lot of meals. So this, it's a good recipe to know. And that's cilantro. So I'm going to add some cilantro, and then the onions, and the topping is ready for the lettuce wrap. It was so delicious. I like this lettuce wrap so much. I don't know, maybe it's because of the mushroom. Maybe it's because of the mushroom, but the black beans gave it some kind of tender, nice taste to it. So this is me serving the lettuce wrap. So this is, I used 2 lettuce, washed it, and then I'm adding the toppings of the mushroom, onions, and bell pepper. Very delicious and very light. I bet you, if you make this meal prep, you're going to lose at least 2 pounds. Let me not oversay, I'm not exaggerate. At least you're going to lose 2 pounds in 1 week. That's if you drinking lots of water and taking your walks, taking your steps and doing some light exercise. Don't stress too much. And there it is. The other lunch or dinner is ready, and that's all the meals. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Check in for the next episode of Vegan Meal Prep. See you.